lot has happened since Lines from a Poem. We've been making the wood surfboards now for 4 years, and they're doing really well, and it's given us the freedom to experiment more with wood than we ever dreamed about. And one of the first things we did is went to Hawaii, and we looked at the ancient boards, and I was just amazed by how incredibly well shaped they were. Some of them must be hundreds and hundreds of years old, and they're just perfect. They're just so dynamic, but I'd never experienced anything like them before. So I came back and I made the Olo first, and it took a long time to make, and it's 16 feet long and 150 pounds, and no fin, no rocker, and a rounded deck and a rounded bottom, and 19 inches wide. And I tried to surf that board, and I've been just challenged by it. How the ancient surfers must have surfed. They must have been incredible surfers, because just paddling that thing in a straight line is very, very difficult. And even when it comes to waves, well, I'm sure that I've wiped out on 10 waves for every one wave that I actually got to my feet on. And on this day, I was really trying to get into those waves, and I just didn't have the strength to paddle into them. It's so difficult. Your timing's got to be perfect. Your strength has got to be up just to ride a wave on the Olo. But when you do catch that wave, it's a joy, it's a magic, it's a connection it's just a different type of surfing, and you can't really express it in surfing terms because it's just too wild. Just amazing surfing.
Catching reams of faceless, distant enemies.
One thing about the ancient boards is that they're difficult to ride. And at first I was like, oh God, they're so hard to ride, but maybe there's something okay with being difficult. And then I've looked at all the modern boards, and the modern boards are all about making surfing easier. And I thought, geez, what's wrong with having a board that's really difficult to ride, that just riding it across the wave shows a lot of skill. And that's something that's kind of fallen off in surfing, I think, is the skill level. The other boards from Hawaii are the Aleas. They're just flat planks, no rocker, maybe an inch thick, 15 to 17 inches wide. I make one style from 5 to 8 feet long that are for belly boarding on, and then I'm making 8 to 10 foot longs that we're surfing on, and we're really experimenting with that style, and I'm just loving them. And I like to belly board them, and some guys can stand up on them, but you just get on your belly and you just go across the wave, and the feeling that you get is so good. You're so close to the wave. It's something that you don't get with foam at all, and you don't get it with a boogie board. It's a different type of surfing. It maybe looks similar, but when you're doing it, it feels so different that I can't even classify it. It's a different thing altogether. And the way the board flexes as you're going across the wave, and you bend it, and you give it a reverse rocker when you're going down the line, and you pull up on it when you're dropping into a wave, and just the liveliness. The whole wood thing is really about a very alive feeling board in the water that responds so well and has so much bounce to them. I really have a very, very good time riding these little boards, and I'm on my belly, but man, I don't care. I dig it. It's just surfing.
What is wrong? What is right? Taken far away from sight. When you're there, when you're there.
So with the Hawaiian boards, the Aleas, the Olo, is I've been looking at surfing and surfboards and stripping it all back. What is the essence, And you take away the fiberglass, and you take away the fin, and you take away the leash, and you take away wax, and you wind up with just your most basic surfboard. And I'm finding that surfboard is just really fun to ride and really amazing. It's just getting surfing back to its absolute minimum, and then you learn so much more. It's amazing how good it feels to surf on just an oiled plank of wood. And then the good old 12-footers, those are kind of my mainstay now, and I send them all over the world. And this one right here is the first one I made on the jig, and in lines from a poem, I was making that jig. Just, we've come a long way since then, and here's the first board off of it, and it's years old, and it's still in really good shape, even though it's been lost on the rocks like 1,000 times. And you just can't beat the 12-footer. It's kind of my mid-range board. Like, I make the longer boards. I make them 14 to 16 feet long, fins and without fins. And the 12-footer's just right in the middle there. You can ride it in any conditions. Like today, you're just out there picking off the ones that nobody else wants. They're kind of swinging wide and having a great time on it, zipping across the waves. And it just glides. I guess you don't need to do tricks on it because you can just glide on it. Just get that feeling of trim. The wood boards are just teaching me things. It's just terrific. And I just love it.
Don't be deceived by a calm wind. Could blow up in a moment without warning. Stay safe from me. Stay safe from me. Stay far away from here. Stay safe from here. Coffee stain upon my bench. It could have been much worse, I guess. There's still much here I must clean. There's still much to all of this. Desire knocks upon the door and whispers through, I could have more. If my guard would only drop, then I'd be back to the chopping